What's up, guys? Welcome to Stay Tuned TV. Hopefully, this one will come out good. I know I've said in past times that I like to try new formats and everything just to see how things go and whatnot. I hope you enjoyed the intro music and the whole intro thing. Kind of done that one up myself, so I know it's kind of crazy and different, but I wanted to do something different. So I uh, hope everybody likes it. So comment below. Comment below if you like it. If not, if you want to change it, just let me know, and I'll see what I can do to change it. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification button, and that lets me know that you guys are watching and everything. So I want to try to make this just as great for everybody to watch. And Stay Tuned TV is one of those things that it's for everybody of all ages. Doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are, or in the middle or whatever. Everybody can watch it. It's clean, nothing foul, nothing dirty or anything. But I do like to get to the point of things. So, moving on. So, I want to talk to everybody about the COVID-19. Yes, I know we have talked about this before. We have, discussed it before in the past and everything. And I've always shared my point of view. I've always said, I've had my own reservations about it, and I get it. So here's the thing. It just seems to be like we're a little bit more on edge these days with the whole COVID or C-19 or pandemic or whatever you want to call it. And I guess I'm just not understanding that much of it, because we've been dealing with this for like what, probably a year and a half now, and you figure that everybody would be like, okay, we're used to it, we know what it is, da 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 da, we get it, okay. So you don't have to be as uh, jumpy, I guess you could say, or so like um, but here's the thing, okay, if you inform somebody that you're not feeling well, or whatever the case is, it's probably not C-19. If you say, hey, got an upset stomach, probably not C-19. If you have a real bad headache, migraine, whatever, probably not C-19. If you're throwing up a lot, whatnot, probably not C-19. If you have a little bit of a diarrhea, probably not C-19. But there's always that but. Now, if you take all those symptoms and throw them into a basket, okay, and you have all those symptoms together at once, okay, strong possibility that you could have COVID. There could be cause for an alarm, and you might want to get yourself checked just to be on the safe side, to have peace of mind for yourself as well as others around you, whether it be family, friends, coworkers, what have you. So that would be a good idea to get yourself checked. Now, again, the symptoms that I just talked about, if you have them separately, okay, like if you wake up one morning or afternoon, evening, or whatever time you start your day, if you just like, oh my gosh, my stomach's a little, I don't feel, stomach's not really good, and you have to inform, like a friend or family or coworker or whatever, that hey, I'm not going to be around. I just, my stomach's a little upset. I know a lot of people, like, well, I don't want to say a lot of people, but there are individuals who kind of like to, jump the gun a little bit, or so to speak. Say, well, if have you got any other symptoms or anything? No, 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 no. You say, hey, it's not COVID. Just a little upset stomach. Everything's gonna be fine. Just let me ride this out today. I'll be fine tomorrow, whatever. And usually with most people who just have a little upset stomach, they can take a little something, and just kind of chill out for the day, and they'll be fine the next day. Same way with, like, if you got a headache, and it's and headaches can range in different different ways. You can have a real bad one, you can have a real mild one, you can just have your typical little. But again, the separate symptoms does not always mean that it's C-19. Now, could you take some of those symptoms, and if you had like a couple of them here or just a couple of them there, is it a strong possibility? Well, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to say yes it is or no it's not. If you feel that you know, you have a couple of the symptoms. Okay, so make an appointment, get yourself checked, and that way you have peace of mind for yourself as well as others around you. And I believe there is now a C-19 test that you can take where you can get your results back like that day. If you know where that is, or at your local hospital, local doctor, what have you, you know, again, comment down below, and let everybody know if you have some resources or info about it to let everybody know out there where you can go and to get those fast results. That would be great, you know, so we can kind of share that with everybody out here on Stay Tuned TV. So, like I just said, I just don't don't assume too quickly. Yeah, you know, everybody around you, you know, they're going to ask questions. They're going to be like, okay, have you, you know, you've been feeling like this when you got an upset stomach or a headache? Are you feeling like this, or you know? And then there's the whole taste bud thing, you know, that you know you're losing taste of whatever. That's never happened to me. I hope it never happens to me. The whole COVID-19, I hope never happens to me. Now, I have been since the whole thing, you know, came to surface, I've been tested twice and have negative results twice. So I don't know if you want to call that like dodging that bullet, or whew, glad that didn't happen. Whatever you want to call it. You know, it could be luck, could be not luck. I don't know. But I just know that I've been tested twice and I've been come up negative twice. So that's a good thing. Now, with being ill, you know, like if you just don't feel good a little bit, you know, those things happen on a daily basis. You know, you could just have the typical flu. You know, I remember, you know, years ago back in high school where I was like 15 or 16, you know, I had the flu for 2 days. You know, the first day was pretty bad. I couldn't, it didn't matter if I drank a little bit of water or just ate a little bit of something, I could not hold anything down. The next day was even worse. It was every half hour. So, you know, the first day was every hour, the second day was every half hour. It was terrible. And I lived through it, of course, duh, because here I am. But when it comes to being ill, sick, or not feeling well, whatever you want to call it, it's going to affect people in different ways. You know, you have a young individual that it's going to affect them in a different fashion. You have someone who's a teenager, it's going to affect them in a different way. You know, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, et cetera, et cetera. Now, the older you get, you know, the common flu, common cold, or what have you, just being ill, it's going to affect an older person way differently than it would a younger person. Now, can these symptoms put anybody on their butt? Well, sure it can. But the older person over here, you know, they're going to be a little bit more walking on eggshells. Like, oh, I don't know, you know, there's just some things in life that, and it doesn't necessarily mean being ill. Even the physicalities of what you were able to do before, you might not be able to do as great, you know, the older you get. And then sometimes you can't do the things that you did before, you know, like they'll say, well, this ain't 20 years ago. Well, yeah, they're true. This ain't 20 years ago. So even I've had days like that where I'm like, you know, I used to climb trees for a living, you know, around power lines. Could I do that today? If I put my mind to it, and that's just the thing. See, a long time ago, when I was working in the tree business, you know, I'd get up and go to work, climb trees around power lines. I didn't have to think about it. I just did it. But now I have to be like, wow, can I still do that? If I have to think about it, probably not going to be able to do it. So I don't do it. Anyways, but that's just some examples. It just, the older you get, there are things that you just cannot do or shouldn't be doing or just don't want to do anymore. I'm getting off track here because I want to talk to you about the COVID thing. Basically, what I'm saying is when it comes to being sick, ill, not feeling good, what have you, just, you know, be safe, everybody. And if you feel like you do have multiple symptoms, you know, get yourself checked out and make everyone safe around you as well as yourself, too. But if you just have, you know, a symptom here and a symptom there, you know, a headache or a sore throat or just a stomach ache or whatever, you know, it's probably not C-19. But if you're the kind of individual that feels like it doesn't matter what it is, if you're that individual that says, you know, hey, I'm throwing up a lot, maybe I should go get tested. That's fine. That's all up to you guys. If you feel like that you want to get tested, if you just have one of the symptoms, fine. I'm not saying, don't go get tested, because, but I guess it's better to be safe than sorry these days. But I would like to see everybody just kind of relax some. Let's not get so jumpy, and jump to conclusions and everything. Just calm down a little bit, okay? It's not that much to ask, and I understand in the workforce, you work around different kinds of people all the time. You encounter different individuals all the time, depending on where you work. If you work around people, the same people, all the time, okay. Some places where you work, you might be in an industry where you're encountering different individuals, on a daily basis. So I guess you just got to use your best judgment and just be cautious. So if an employer suggests that you keep yourself safe while you're in the workplace, then you do what you got to do to remain safe, whether you agree with it or not. So again, I'm not disagreeing or agreeing. I like to kind of just stay in the middle. I kind of like to, see both sides of the fence on that, because you have people say, oh, the COVID, the mask, then you got people over here going, well, hey, the COVID, the mask, and so I like to kind of stay right in the middle. That way there's nobody coming to me going, oh, well, I heard what you said, and oh, well, yeah, I don't want anybody coming to me and just, saying that stuff and everything and saying, well, I heard you say. No. So I always stay right in the middle when it comes to any kind of event or whatnot. If you want to comment on any of this, give me your comments. Actually, I encourage you people. I encourage everybody to leave a comment and let me know how you feel about it, what your outlook is on it, and where you think we are going with it. Are we going in the right direction, or are we just going backwards again? So whatever, even if you've got a question, hey, shoot me a question. So, go right here to my YouTube channel, Stay Tuned TV, and, and like I say, hit the notification, hit the like button, subscribe, and then you can go down below and you can leave a comment. I look them up. I watch them all the time. I get notifications. That's why you hit the notification button, so I can check those out. So anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Let me know what you think. And great, like I always like to leave a great comment from great Jerry Springer. Guys, take care of yourselves and each other. So we'll talk to you later. Love you guys. Stay tuned.
I'll stand tall when there's hell to pay. Ain't no power higher. We're the outlaws and outsiders.